Fire service.
When the 999 calls come in, what generally happens is we've got our headsets on ready and waiting for the calls to come in. They're our priority. We will drop anything that we're doing.
Hey, we need fire quick, please.
Where to?
Kids trapped.
As soon as I answered the call, realised it was what we call a persons reported, a top priority incident. My colleagues sort of jumped to attention as I'm on the phone, getting more information from the caller.
You've got everybody in. So are you all together in one room?
No.
Initially when I took the call, it didn't seem quite as urgent because the lady I spoke to, she was really calm.
So it's you and your baby downstairs, and how many kids
And my
are upstairs?
husband, yeah.
I spent 5 years at Greater Manchester Fire Service before I transferred over to North West Fire Control. Obviously we undertook the training up at Greater Manchester. We trained for the worst case scenario with the people screaming down the phone at you and you can't get a word out of them. So obviously it was a completely different type of call with the lady being so calm.
Where are the kids upstairs? Are they all in one room?
No, they're all in separate bedrooms.
Right, are they all alright for the moment, or are they worried?
I don't know.
Panicking?
I don't know. I can't.
At the time it was quite difficult to ascertain where everybody was in the house. The lady did tell me she had children upstairs. I remember asking her whether the bedroom doors were generally shut on a daily basis. When the kids went to bed, did they close the doors? And she said that usually was the case, which is a massive help. If a door's shut, it can stop so much more damage than if the door's open.
The room that you're in, have you got any bedding or anything? Right, what I need you to
I
do...
can't get into it. I've just come into en suite now from there.
Right,
There's
where...
got window through because the baby's being sick and everything.
Right, can you all get...
The information that I gave the lady in question was to barricade herself in, block the door at the bottom so she could stop the smoke from getting in to protect her, her baby and her husband. When my colleagues around me realised what was going on, they picked out bits of information from what I was ascertaining from the caller, passed on the critical information to the crews that were proceeding to the job. So whilst I was speaking to the caller on the phone, everything was being done around me really to make sure that everybody got there safely and as quickly as they could.
Is she alright? She stopped being sick?
Yeah.
Is that smoke clearing up a bit?
When we get a call of this nature, obviously it's important that we stay on the line until we know that the caller is safe and out of danger. Obviously they had no escape route at that time, which stresses the importance of having a plan, having a home safety check, getting your smoke alarms fitted, checking them regularly, and obviously having a plan should the worst happen. And that's really the importance of why we stay on the phone, because we can provide the information that can help people in them situations. Obviously it's not nice being on this end of it, because we can only go off what we can hear down the phone, we can only go off the information that we get from the caller, we can only picture the scene, we don't get to see the scene. A good part of it was the system that we have at North West Fire Control. It works on GPS, sort of like a sat-nav. We can see the fire engines as they're approaching the incident. So I was able to tell the caller that the fire engine was at the bottom of her street to give her some reassurance, obviously, that we weren't far away, we knew where she was. My manager was listening to the call, along with a few of my other colleagues, to offer me advice, things to ask, things to say, because I believe the call was over 30 minutes long. That's a long time to make conversation with somebody in such a stressful situation.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, fire engine's there now, okay?
Yeah, I see the light.
Can you hear
When you see the fire engine get to the address, it's an immense sense of relief from our side, and I'm sure the caller feels the same as well. Obviously the situation as it was, she had to stay in the bathroom until the firefighters got to her due to the amount of smoke in the property. But it's quite an immense sense of relief when they do get there. When we heard the outcome of the incident, I spoke to one of the incident commanders afterwards, and he told me, you know, he set the scene for me and told me exactly how things were. And if they'd have come out of the bathroom and gone into the next room, they probably wouldn't have come out alive. And when you hear something like that, it does make you realise that what we do in this room is quite important. It was quite astonishing really that everybody was okay and everybody got out. It sort of hit home a little bit more that with it being a family time of the year, they got to spend it together as a family, which is all you can ask for really. a situation like that.